Okay, welcome back, Big Easy Blitz podcast, take number three. Wi-Fi is bugging. We're gonna try and get this in, probably make it a little short. Not short, but we're gonna try and go a little quicker just because Wi-Fi's been in and out. Kenner Wi-Fi is just terrible recently. But yeah, episode nine, I'll let Connor talk real quick and then I'll give the rundown of what we had today.
Yeah, so as Brock mentioned in the previous two takes, we've been on sort of like a hiatus because I got my wisdom teeth removed, and so my face is like a little puffy just because of the swelling. But at least I can talk now and I can formulate sentences. So we're back. But Brock's pretty much gonna lead the episode today because it still is a little challenging for me to talk. So Brock.
Yes. So if you don't like when I talk, I would suggest you click off of this video. This is probably not the video for you.
Everybody loves when you talk, Brock. Don't
Thank
worry.
you, Connor. Thank you. But okay, so yeah, today we're going to talk about obviously last night's game five. We're going to run through that. So I saw something where it was like the Thunder of this year being compared to the last time they made the finals. We'll touch on that. Alontae Taylor has a new position. He's a fan favorite in at least our friend group. A lot of people like Alontae Taylor where we are. Yes. And ESPN NFL Power Rankings. We'll see where our beloved Saints fell on that. It's not good. I missed something for NBA. We're going to talk about with the Pelicans. We'll move on from Zion and what we think they should do. Um, and then we'll slowly segue into college baseball, the most wonderful time of the year. We made it Regional Friday. It starts today. LSU at 2 o'clock. Most importantly, right after we're done filming this, me and Connor will both be kicked back watching regional games all day.
My Pirates, my East Carolina Pirates, will be
Yes,
taking on the Florida Gators.
yes, at 11 a.m. right after this. Yeah, we are filming this in the morning, by the way, so we might be a little delirious.
Yeah,
Just bear with us.
sorry.
All right, so we'll jump right in. Game five. Not a big basketball guy, but I did tune in last night. The Knicks dominated from wire to wire. I mean, it was just complete domination. Pacers really, it looked like the Pacers were. It was like they were playing, but like just to get like reps in. It felt like weird. Like
Yeah,
they can lose this, but they still have two games to go. Like if you saw after the game, Halliburton was like all smiles. He was fine. It was weird. It was just the vibe was off for that game.
yeah. No, I know what you're saying. But that's a really tough situation for the Pacers to be in. I mean, playing in Madison Square Garden an elimination game, and I mean, if you so you watched like from tip to tip, right?
Yep.
So if you notice, the first 6 points of the game were all scored by Jalen Brunson. And then
Yep.
after he scored those first 6 points, he threw like this crazy lob up to Mitchell Robinson,
Mitchell
and
Robinson.
he made like one of the most athletic plays I've ever seen somebody
Yeah.
make. So after that happened, I was like, all right, this will probably be the next game. And as
Yeah.
a neutral fan in this series, I'm happy. Like I was rooting for the Knicks to win because I just want to see more basketball being played. Um, and also, I just want whatever team it is to come out the East to beat the Thunder because we do not like the Thunder around here.
Agreed. Agreed. That's actually perfect segue. But I do want to most underrated player in that game last night. I thought shout out hometown kid Mitchell Robinson. You did mention him. I feel like he was all over the court yesterday,
Yeah,
just doing whatever he could to just lock down Miles Turner or whoever he was guarding. I feel like he
yeah.
played really well.
Mitchell Robinson's always been a good role player guy.
Mhm.
I guess he's starting now. Josh
He
Hart's
is,
coming off
yeah.
the bench. But yeah, he protects the rim. He did well with the pick and rolls. One thing I do want to touch on is Tyrese Halliburton, how he went from having like a all-world performance in game four to game five. He had 8 points and only shot like 6 shots. Um, I don't really understand how that happens. I know the Knicks did make some tweaks to their defense, but if you're going to be a superstar, you cannot only take like 6 or 7 shots in a game that could potentially bring you to the NBA Finals. That cannot happen.
Yeah. I mean, it was just the whole vibe was off. It felt like a regular season game, to be honest. Like, well, the Pacers treated it like a regular season game, I feel like.
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't know. It was weird. Speaking of, you mentioned the Thunder. I did see something where it was comparing this year's Thunder team, who was going to the finals, and 2012's Thunder team with that, obviously, that core of Harden, Durant, and Westbrook,
Hmm.
that super young core. Um, the one thing I thought of is that Thunder team in 2012 was, I feel like, just loved. Everybody loved them. And then it's just completely flipped on its head now.
Yeah.
Nobody wants the Thunder to win, I feel like. Would
Yeah.
you? I really don't know why, because they're both incredibly young. I think the oldest player on the Thunder is 31, Caruso.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. Everybody just doesn't like them this year.
I completely agree with you. I mean, dude, when I was 5 or 6 back in 2012, I was ro I was rocking the KD Nike Elite socks and had the KD low top shoes. So, I mean, everybody loved KD um, and Russell Westbrook and James Harden and that Thunder team. This year, though, it's SGA and the fouls that has really pissed people off. I mean, it pisses me off as obviously a Pelicans fan. We had to watch that last year. Um, but it seems like it's like for the neutral NBA fan, for the casual NBA fan, it's painful to watch every 5 minute or every like 5 seconds, every two possessions, there'd be a foul call and SGA go to the line. It's just not
Yeah.
like the product you want to put out there for the neutral NBA fan.
Yeah. And I don't know, I forget what game it was of that, the T-Wolves Thunder series, but obviously Nickeil Alexander Walker and SGA are cousins. We all saw
Hmm.
that whenever they got drafted. And there was a point in the game where they were guarding each other, or Nikhil was guarding SGA, and of course SGA tries to draw foul, and immediately Nikhil just threw his hands up and starts arguing. So it's not even just the NBA; it's his own family who's tolerating it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, whoever comes out of the East, just please beat the Thunder. I mean, I used to like the Thunder. Not okay, like is whenever they had the Westbrooks and like the even the Chris Paul teams. I
Yeah.
know that's gonna be probably a hot take in New Orleans, but I enjoyed watching Thunder. Now it's just fouls every time, just Lou Dort just smothering whoever he's guarding. It's not fun to watch.
It's it's almost like it's not even basketball anymore to a point
Mhm.
like almost.
Street ball. It's street ball.
It's street ball and it's like you have to practice the art of drawing a foul. It's
Hmm.
like a new game within the game, and I'm not here for it. And I know everybody
Not at
else
all.
is. Like, I'll use perfect example. Our friend Braden he's just sort of getting into basketball, and he texted me the other night. He's like, "Why is it that in basketball every like literally like every 30 seconds of game time there's a foul?" And like I said earlier, that's not what you want to put out to the casual NBA fan that is wanting to become an NBA fan. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right.
that's not gonna, like appeal him to watching basketball more. If
Hmm.
anything,
I
it's
hear
just gonna
you.
drift him away. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I don't know how you
Well,
fix it.
I feel like every team does that except for our beloved Pelicans. It doesn't matter how hard we try, we can't get a foul to save our life. If I see Zion drive to the rim and get mauled and not get a foul call one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. But SGA fouls himself when he gets free throws. It just doesn't make sense.
Speaking of
Um,
Zion,
Look at that. So we're learning here. We're learning.
we're learning.
I'm seeing a lot of buzz of Zion getting traded. I don't think it's going to happen, but what do you think? Do you want it to happen? Would you rather us just keep this core for a year or two more, or what do you think?
So I am always going to be Team Zion. I mean, yeah, the dude gets injured like crazy. But I mean, he's still a generational talent. Um, I mean, the thing is with Zion, if you were to trade him right now, his market would definitely be at an all-time low just because of all the injuries. And I say you give it one more chance. Um, I know you can only say that for so long, but I feel like you have to at least try to get his market back up to where it has been when he is healthy.
Right. And I know what's going to happen. We're going to trade him, and all of a sudden the injury woes are just going to go away, and he's going to
Hmm.
be a 70 game player, and he's going to be the superstar that he was supposed to be here. And that's just how the Pelicans franchise is. It's frustrating. But I keep like, is it just me being delusional that we're closer to the finals than we think? Just is that just me? Because I feel like we're not that far away. We have a good young team.
We're not,
It's,
but the thing is, the Western Conference is just so damn
yeah,
stacked.
I
It's
guess.
so
Yeah,
good. And we would really have to we would really have to catch fire and keep everybody
yeah.
healthy in order for something like that to happen. But one more thing, you talk about like how Zion, like if he were to get traded, all the injury woes would go away. Kind of like Dyson Daniels. Like you see Dyson Daniels, he's flourishing in Atlanta, and then
Yeah,
we get DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray gets hurt. So I
yeah.
think there's a legit, conspiracy there that the Pelicans might be a cursed franchise. I don't know. Topic for another day.
Joe Dumars will come to our rescue. Can
Yeah.
I? I'm not. I just getting the basketball. Why is he so bad again? Can you just touch on that real quick?
Joe Dumars.
Oh, yeah, I've heard a lot
So
of bad things about
in
him.
the 2003 draft, Joe Dumars selected Darko Milicic over
Okay.
Carmelo Anthony. So that is a historically bad pick because
Yeah.
Darko
Okay.
Milicic is very bad and Carmelo Anthony is going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. So
Yeah. Enough said there. That's that was quick and easy.
yeah,
That's
I believe, Joe. I believe.
I can't wait for us to pick a random in this draft and have him ride the bench for 2 years, and then we trade him to the Pistons, and he becomes good.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
move
cool.
on from basketball. I'm tired of talking basketball.
Yeah, let's.
Let's move into football, which is not exactly uh, been very promising for New Orleans either. But something that might be promising, Alontae Taylor, he's got a new position. If you remember, back in 2021,
Yep.
when the Rams won the Super Bowl, Jalen Ramsey, he played like inside and out corner, like slot and outside, and he was a stud. He was an all-pro. Alontae Taylor was playing that role this year. Will he be an all-pro? I don't know. I hope so. Um, but we'll see. Let's see. We'll see what Brandon Staley can do with him. Connor, you have anything to say on that?
I mean, Alante's always been a versatile player. It's definitely going to be interesting though to see how he kind of fits into this new role. I mean, the Saints have absolutely zero expectations going into the new season. So I guess seeing how players like him develop, it's going to be interesting for our rebuild.
And speaking of how the Saints will be in expectations, ESPN did a ranking of all every
These
team.
transitions have been unbelievable in this
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
I mean,
We've been practicing. I put this together last night. I texted Connor the script. I tried. But yeah, ESPN did a ranking. Surprise, surprise. The Saints are dead last. Now I'm going to be in the minority here. I think we're not. I don't think we're going to be good. I don't think we're going to be the worst team in the league.
yeah.
And it's something in the back of my mind is telling me that this team is just going to surprise us in the first couple weeks, the same way they did last year. They're going to start off hot. Everybody's going to get on the bandwagon, and then it's going to completely fall off again. And it's
Now,
just another 8 and 9 seasons coming. I can envision every second because we have an easy schedule. Even though we're not good, an easy schedule. We're going to get a little confidence, and we're going to go 8 and 9 and get the 14th pick. Shout out Andrew.
let me ask you something, Brock. You would rather the Saints finish 2-15, correct, than 8-9?
Yes, 100%.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. Thank you.
All right, that was quick.
Yeah. I mean, it's because it's obvious, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the last thing you want to do is be stuck in mediocrity where you wind up with the 11th to 17th overall pick for multiple
Mhm.
years in a row. And the Saints, it's sad to say, but we very could easily be leaning towards that with this easy schedule this year,
Mhm.
you know?
We'll do a full schedule prediction later.
Yeah, we will.
But it's just I can just this schedule screams 7 and 10, 8 and 9, and with Mickey Loomis always trying to be he refuses to rebuild or tank. Yeah, and I guess tanking is not a real thing in NFL terms, but it's frustrating. I can see. I'm guessing right now 7 and 10. I haven't even looked at the schedule, but 7 and 10 is my pre uh prediction
Seven
prediction.
and 10 with a whole bunch of question marks.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, let's just move on from that. Let's get into what we've all been waiting for. Connor's repping the jersey. I'm repping the LSU jersey. It's game day. It's regional game day. And something that got me absolutely fired up last night was when I saw a video, and it was the bracket being announced, and I can pull it up right here. I guess I could show it, but it's on my phone, so I'm not because it's gonna look a little weird. But it was whenever the regional was was shown, and it showed it like showed who we're playing. It pans to Anthony Ianson and Kate Anderson, and they just look at each other and dap each other up, and that got me absolutely fired up for some reason. I don't know why. This team's going 3-0 in this regional. They're not losing a game. Book it right now. The offense is going to turn it around, and God, please help whoever we play in the Super Regional because the Tigers are here.
Please make it be Clemson. LSU will absolutely mollywop Clemson in a
Yes,
super regional in
yes.
Alex Box. Oh my goodness.
I
Um,
guess I guess I could show it real quick. It is right here. Just watch this and tell me it doesn't get you absolutely fired up. All right, look at that. Can you see it? Or do I
yeah,
have to?
yeah, we saw it.
I mean, the
Some
confidence
easy
from these
dap.
two. Ianson looks like it just his vibe is just nobody's gonna hit us. Like let's just go do our thing. That's exactly what I think is gonna happen. Yeah. So I don't know if you saw too. Kind of a little side tangent. LSU practice pictures. They're wearing gold hats.
I
I don't
saw
know if you
that.
saw
I
that.
did. Yeah, on their
Do you think?
Instagram. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Do you think that they wear those, or is that just something for
No, I
practice?
think it's just a practice thing for show.
We'll see.
Those looked really cool though. Those hats looked really
I know
cool.
that was.
So
Oh, this team.
did Jay Johnson go ahead and announce who's pitching today?
No, he's not going to announce it till probably 10 minutes before game time. I mean, let's be honest, it's probably going to be Cade Anderson.
Yep.
I mean, if I had to put money on it, it would be Cade Anderson. But I don't really care who throws because this team's locked in. They're hearing the buzz outside. They can't hit. They can't. Blah blah blah. Bullpen sucks. Bullpen's been locked in recently. I don't know. Not a lot of people are talking about that. The bullpen has been dialed in the
Hmm.
last couple of games. Um, but yeah, let's move on to I found a ranking of Baseball America, and they ranked all 64 teams the in the region in the tournament.
Hmm.
The regionals. Your Fighting Tigers LSU are number two in their ranking, just behind Vanderbilt, who
Okay.
obviously they just won
The
the SC
recency
tournament.
bias with Vanderbilt is kind of crazy, bro. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
it's
lie.
is yeah. So and then something interesting. The all 16 team, like this top 16, two of them were not hosts, which I thought was really interesting.
Was Bama
The
one of them?
No, Bama
Okay.
was just outside. They were 19th, but
Okay.
15 and 16 were TCU and Georgia Tech, who a lot of people thought should have hosted.
Okay.
I did not know this. I don't know if you saw this, but Georgia Tech won the ACC
I knew that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
over Clemson, North Carolina, and Florida State, who all got to host, and they didn't. And I don't know, just a lot of I don't know in this episode. If you saw, there's a video when Georgia Tech got announced, and their whole team is just stoic. Like
Yeah,
they're not happy.
I saw that.
You want to talk about locked in? Those boys are locked in.
Yeah.
What region are they in again?
Oxford.
Oxford. Oh, Ole Miss better watch out.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But yeah, I mean, and then the other two hosts were 17 and 18, just behind those. It was Southern Miss and UCLA. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. And quick, I just want to give an apology. Me and Connor both, I know you're going to agree. We want to apologize to Fairfield.
We are sorry,
Uh,
Fairfield.
I did not know they were a 40-win baseball team. That Coastal Carolina regional is one of the hardest regionals I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
Good luck, Coastal. If you can somehow get out of that, I mean, kudos to you. That's
That's
insane.
East Carolina, Florida, and Fairfield, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that is
my
just
Pirates are coming out of that, Brock. Sorry.
not my Pirates. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not going to talk about this entire list. I'm just going to talk about the teams that they're
Where
in.
is Fairfield on that?
57th. But the way they did this, it was like the first slide, 1 through 16 was like mostly one seeds. Then the next one was all two seeds and three and four. It was
Yeah.
weird.
Okay.
Um, so actually, I'll just go to the four seeds right now because the team that LSU plays is sitting at dead last in 64th. The Little Rock Trojans. Um, I am hearing a lot of things about Little Rock that they're sneaky. I don't know how a sub 500 team can be very sneaky, um, but that's neither here nor there. Just Cade Anderson. It's Cade Anderson's show day today. All right, let's just be honest. I don't think Little Rock's hitting Cade Anderson.
They're about to witness greatness.
Yeah, it's going to be like Skeens against Tulane back in the day. It was
I
like
remember that game.
shout out Matt Moscona. He uses this quote a lot. It's killing a bunny with a bazooka. I really like that quote. It's hilarious. I knew you were gonna do that. So I'll move on. The next team,
I hope Gage can like edit this and then put like a bunny like facing a bazooka.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Oh my God. All
So
right.
funny.
Yikes. So moving on, Rhode Island, who's the three seed and LSU's regional, is sitting at 48th. I guess technically the last of the three seeds. Um, yeah, and actually, surprisingly, your Pirates of East Carolina are sitting one spot above them at 47th. So the Pirates are underrated, I guess, in your eyes.
You just watch.
Uh,
You
I,
just watch, Brock.
I'll see. We'll see. I think they're good. I don't
We'll see
think.
in about 25 minutes, huh?
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Oh wow. All right, we might need to pick this up because I want to go watch every second of that game. Yeah, some other interesting ones. Mississippi State, 33rd, so kind of right in the middle, very
SEC, man.
mid. Uh, Other one, Oklahoma State, they're 38th, which I thought was a little low for them.
Where do they have Oklahoma and Kentucky? I'm just wondering.
Kentucky's 40th, Oklahoma is 25th.
Wow. Okay.
So
That's even kind of high for Oklahoma, I feel like.
yeah, I know. I feel like they kind of just took like the one seeds and ranked that. And I feel like they didn't really like they completely looked at seeding and then that's how they
Yeah, you
ranked them
don't
instead
think
of
they
just
like mixed them.
like yeah, instead of eliminating the seeds and just ranking 1 through 64.
Right.
But then yeah, to kind of wrap up the LSU regional, they have Dallas Baptist at 23rd.
Okay.
Um, right behind Florida, actually, my pick to win the Coastal Regional.
Mm.
Uh, so we'll see. They actually have Northeastern ahead of Florida.
Northeastern
I,
is solid, bro. They are solid.
huh, might be a dark horse to come out of whatever regional they're in. I forget.
I forget which one
Um,
they're in.
but yeah, one thing I did want to touch on is RPI. I really have no idea what RPI stands for or what it kind of ranking it is in college
Right.
baseball. But LSU's is, I think they're in the top 10. And the average RPI of the teams in their regional is 99th. So LSU,
Wow.
yeah. So LSU is just it's kind of a consensus. They have the easiest regional. If you told that to Jay Johnson, he'd probably punch you in the face.
Yikes.
But um, should be a pretty stress-free regional for the Tigers. Now
It's
that I say that,
baseball. It's baseball, Brock.
that's yeah. Now that I say that, we'll probably. I'm not even gonna speak any
B
sports
two
now.
and barbecue. The
They're
Tigers
winning.
are
They're winning all three games. Book it right here.
like it.
Um, Now, the last thing we're going to talk about today, and then we can give our final thoughts on just regional baseball. We made it. How fast the season has gone. I remember sitting in opening day in Alex Box in 50-degree weather against Purdue Fort Wayne. Shout out to Preston and Austin. Um, but yeah, Purdue Fort Wayne did not make the tournament. Sadly, they're not a very good baseball team, if you couldn't tell. Um, so yeah, we're gonna talk about bracket winners, losers, and snubs. And actually, Connor, I'll send you this right now as I'm talking about it, so you can kind of look at it.
Mhm.
Too. All right, I just sent it over, and I'll talk while you get it. So the first winner they had, which is interesting, it's actually the super regional. It's matched up is Kentucky. They said despite several stolen bids, they did earn an at-large spot. A lot of people were kind of iffy on if Kentucky would get in or not because they weren't very good this year. They got they got hot at the end, but they did lose the first game in the SEC tournament. So not a lot of people uh like saw them getting in just because of that. But they got in. They stole a couple of bids from people, and watch out for Kentucky.
Yeah.
You see it? You want to take the next slide?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually scrolling through it. I'm gonna go to Georgia Tech next.
Yeah.
Um, it now that you say it, how they won the ACC tournament over national seeds such as UNC, such as Florida State and Clemson. That is unbelievable that they're not hosting. And
Crazy.
honestly, we might as well throw Ole Miss into the loser section that they have to face off against this team
Yeah.
in the
I'm
regional.
I'm glad you did that because I did want to do our own kind of like winners, losers, and snubs.
Hmm.
So that was good. That was good. Look at you.
Thank you for having me.
So anything else you want to add on that? I'm sorry for interrupting there.
No, no, I was done.
Okay. So winner, obviously I'm going to talk about this. We're LSU fans. It has LSU. Not much to touch on. All it says is for a team with such high-end talent, the regional feels like a favorable draw. It's starting to scare me how many people are saying we have a favorable slash easy
Yeah, I know.
draw. And it just feel like Dallas Baptist is hearing all this because we beat Dallas Baptist earlier and they're just going to have like, so I'm scared a little bit now. Until I saw that video of them dapping each other up, and that just brings me all back. that we're winning the first
Stay
seed.
confident with your pick, Brock. 3-0.
Yes. Oh, 100%. It's just I don't like how many people are saying we have an easy draw. And there you go, Connor. If you wanna, or you can say this, and then we'll both do a winner,
Okay.
or I'll do a
Um,
winner. You can do a whichever one you did.
So this one, obviously, we've talked about this, but Coastal. I mean, the
Hmm.
Conway Regional is absolutely brutal. To
Yeah.
have an SEC giant, yes, I said giant, Florida, number two, and then East Carolina, my Pirates, we know they're a good team. And then look, me and you were bashing Fairfield. Apparently, Fairfield's a 40-win team. So
Yeah.
look,
That's
technically, I mean, I guess this would be the best chance for a non-number one seed to make it out of the regional.
hmm
And unfortunately for the mid majors, it has to be the Chanticleers.
yeah. Yeah. I'm looking at this right now. Coastal has 48 wins,
Good Lord.
and they're the 13 seed with the hardest regional I've ever seen.
That
Um,
sucks.
or Coastal. Uh, let's just go through all of them, and then we'll do our winners, losers, and
Okay.
snubs. So next I'll do a loser. I'm not familiar with actually. You see the one with it's the conference loser. I'm
The
not really
Big
familiar.
East.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with some of the teams in the Big East, so I'll let you take that one.
Well, okay, so the Big East is a basketball conference.
Yeah.
It's I mean you got UConn, Creighton, Georgetown, all those schools. Xavier, who LSU played earlier in the year.
hmm
Xavier, I don't think made the tournament. Let
They
me see.
did. They snuck in at the end.
Oh, they
I
did?
yeah, I just saw them in the. I'll double check real quick, but I'm pretty sure.
No, they didn't. Xavier's RPI, strength of schedule, quality
What
wins
did I?
were worthy of a spot. So Xavier did not make it. So
My
I guess
bad. Okay.
that is why the Big East was a quote unquote loser. However, the Big East should probably just stick to basketball.
I agree. They did get one team in, Creighton, who
Well, they
actually,
won the tournament, so they have to get
yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah. That's yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, when you're a small conference like that, you're probably not going to get that many teams in
No,
without.
exactly.
That's just the nature of the game. The only small conference that I thought would get multiple teams in was the Southland.
Yeah, how
Shout
did
out.
SLU not get in there?
That's crazy. SOU and Rio Grande, they're both really good,
Yeah.
but I guess teams like Kentucky kind of stole that bid. Another thing I wanted to touch on is the top two teams in the country going into the season, neither one of them made the postseason.
A&M and who?
Virginia,
Wow.
just crazy to think about. And Virginia's head coach actually just took the job at Mississippi State. So watch out for Mississippi State in the coming years because that dude, he brought Virginia to they were kind of an offensive juggernaut in the last couple of years. They just always had good offense. They were always in Omaha, I felt like.
Yeah.
Just every year, Virginia just made Omaha somehow. But yeah, the next loser is it has Kansas. I don't really know how much, like I don't know much about Kansas baseball. It says they had a historical season in their terms this year, and they got stuck in Arkansas's regional, which I'll say with Arkansas is one of my losers. I'm just gonna say that right now. And this has Kansas as a loser in Arkansas's regional, which I thought was interesting.
Now you
Uh,
have Arkansas as a loser because of who they match up in the supers, right?
yes, exactly.
Hmm.
And I actually have the team they're playing as a winner.
Tennessee.
So yeah.
Hmm. We talked about Georgia Tech, TCU. I mean, TCU is another one of these I call them blue blood teams. I
hmm
mean, South, a team in the South. I mean, most South big schools are going to be good at baseball. Um, and TCU's no exception. I mean, they've been to Omaha, I know, recently, and whatever team is going to wind up playing them is not going to have fun.
hmm
Do you
Agree.
remember what regional they're in? Is it UNC?
Um, no, it's
That's
well, I have it right
Oklahoma.
here. Look at this. I have it right here. I was ready for this one. Oregon State.
Okay, yeah, Corvallis. That's going to be a very good regional to watch. TCU
Yes.
versus Oregon State.
Kind of a flying under the radar regional because I feel like either I think it's a or two man race in that regional
Two race,
between
yeah,
it's, it's early, guys.
a
Just bear with us here.
two horse
Two
race.
horse race. There it is. That's what I was thinking of. It's either gonna be Oregon State or TCU in that region. I feel like
Yeah,
I don't think the other two teams are really gonna compete. But yeah, I think there's one more that I missed. Oh yeah, snub. Like you kind of touched on it was the last snub they had was Xavier. Their
yeah.
RP looks like they had a high RPI strength of schedule and quality wins and didn't make it. That's what this is saying. I don't know much about Xavier other than LSU played them, and they beat them like 17-3. So I don't know. Now we're gonna get it. Let's do. You want to do two of each, two for each. Like winners, losers, and snubs, or like I'll do one, you do one.
Um, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too prepared for this, so if you just have
Okay.
some, I'll
All
just
right.
elaborate on 'em.
Yeah. All right. So I'll pull up the bracket. So one of my first winner, as I said, was Tennessee, just because their regional's pretty easy,
Oh,
other than Wake
I
Forest.
got a few. I got a few. So sorry.
Okay. All right. My first winner is Tennessee. They obviously have a pretty manageable regional, and then they get Arkansas, who I'm if I'm not mistaken, they beat Arkansas this year. If no, my bad. Arkansas beat them, but also it's just I feel like their pitching matches up with any team in the country,
Right.
and I don't know. I don't like Tennessee. I like what they got as a draw though. And
Okay.
then my second winner um was hold on, I lost it for a second. You want to you want
Yeah,
to do your
I'll
first
go
one?
real quick. I'll go real quick. So my first winner is Alabama. They are playing a mid-major team who is probably one of the weaker, if not the weakest, teams hosting. And also they don't have to go that far. Tuscaloosa compared to Hattiesburg can't be more than 2 hours. So that is a very important feat, having your hometown people being able to travel and come watch you. Um, so yeah, with that being said, I think Alabama is going to come out of that regional, and they could make some noise against Vanderbilt.
I had my second winner is going to be a fan favorite here. It's UC Irvine.
Hell yeah.
Um, they should have hosted, they didn't. And then they don't similar to what you said about Alabama. They don't go very far to Los Angeles.
Hmm.
And I mean that region was kind of wide open. But I do think that they merged victorious because they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. They're real good. I think if they're the two seed in the 15 regional, I think that means they were the 18th overall seed, if I'm not mistaken. It's something like that. It's like
It's like a snake thing.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know much about UCLA, but I know that UC Irvine's a pretty good ball club. So watch out for them. And also, quick side note, I have been seeing a lot that Arizona State, if their offense gets hot, they can win and they can beat anybody. So just something to look out for. But yeah, I think UC Irvine is gonna take care of business in that region.
Okay, I like it. Um, so I'm gonna be honest, just looking at it, no like clear winners, but Auburn. I feel like Auburn, obviously, I feel like, got uh, a benefit being a very high seed. I didn't even think they were going to host a super, let alone get the number 4 overall seed. And then they match up with that very tough um, Coastal Carolina regional for the supers.
Mhm.
So odds are the winner of that regional is going to come out very beat up, and Auburn could be unscathed coming out of their regional.
Right. So yeah, my first loser, obviously I touched on it before. It's Arkansas. They had a great season. The Aloy brothers have been a two-headed monster that's been leading them all season. And then what do they get rewarded for their great season? You get a super regional against Tennessee. Not very ideal. They do get it at home if they win, which is a plus. Which that might lead me when we do our super regional prediction after this weekend. Might if both of these teams make it, might lean me towards Arkansas just because they're at home. But Tennessee's pitching is so good that I think that's really up in the air. But yeah, I mean, poor Arkansas. They such a great season. They get the hardest super regional matchup possible.
Yeah.
Not exactly ideal. Yeah, that's all I got for that.
So just, I don't have any other clear losers. Just to kind of recap what we've been saying. Um, Coastal, we believe, is a loser. Georgia Tech, we think snubs. However, Ole Miss, we think are losers because they're going to have to face them in order to move on to the Supers. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much all I got here for college baseball.
Mhm. I have one more loser, and we're not going to do snubs because I don't we don't know much
Yeah,
about
no.
like the team that didn't get in. My last loser is NC State, who's in the Auburn Regional. They were a top 20 team all season, and they got thrown in the Auburn Regional, who's been a top 5 team all season. Just
Hmm.
think that was an unlucky draw. It's kind of weird that Stetson is the 3 seed in that regional. I feel like Stetson that had to be pretty like a mid-major team like that as a 3 seed means they were pretty good. So maybe that might be something to watch out for.
I'm telling
Um,
you, so Stetson's located in Florida, and all Florida teams can bang.
I did not know that Stetson was in Florida. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
the
honest.
Hatters, the Stetson Hatters.
But yeah, that's it for college baseball. I am so fired up that regionals are here. I love regional baseball, especially when I get to watch regional baseball at the box. Just something about it. Just two at 2 o'clock,
Electric.
2 o'clock first pitch today. Just I don't like that. That was she's playing the game in the midday instead of at night. But I'm not going to touch on that. I'm sure if I had to put money on it that it's going to rain and something's going to happen, it's going to get pushed back because it happens every year. When LSU hosts a regional, rain happens and pushes everything back and it just messes everything up. But regardless, I think LSU walks through this regional pretty easily.
I agree. Oh, I agree.
Wow.
Yeah. hmm but yeah, not much else to be said other than I do agree with you, Brock. I think LSU's going to run through this regional, but it's baseball. Anything can happen, and as long as they take care of business, should be good.
hmm And we'll see if the SEC can get their sixth straight national title,
It's
possible
been
sixth.
5 in a row.
Yeah, and
That's
all and
unbelievable.
five different teams, which is insane.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
That's
it's
insane.
the SEC's
I
loaded.
forgot Ole Miss randomly won it a few years
hmm
ago.
They were the
Jeez.
last team to get in, and they won the Natty.
That's insane. Baseball.
Yeah,
That's baseball, man.
exactly. So watch out for Little Rock. But yeah,
No way.
that's that's all we got for here on episode 9, Connor's flu game episode.
Flu game.
Uh, we'll see y'all episode 10. We were planning on not filming this next week just because I'm gonna be in Mexico. We might just watch out. There might
Yeah.
be we might put something out. We're gonna try. We're gonna see. We're gonna film the first one, see how it is.
hmm
But yeah, that's all we got here on episode 9. Everybody, happy Regional Friday. Go enjoy, go kick back and watch some LSU baseball today.
After watching the Big Easy Blitz episode. But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
tell a friend to tell a friend to follow on all socials at Big Easy Blitz, and that's all we got here. See ya.
Yep.